Claim your free AirPods today by clicking the first link in the description down below.
r/AskReddit. What is the dumbest question a customer has ever asked you? Customer screaming, "My new car's back wiper doesn't work." We walk outside. Look at back window. Me, you don't have a back wiper blade. Well, there's your problem. $50 PLZ. Yes. I understand I haven't paid my credit card bill in 3 months. But why can't I use my card? Because you haven't paid your bill in 3 months. Repeat. There was a girl at work who drove me nuts about this. OMG, I'm so scared. I don't know how to use my credit card. Male co-worker, what do you mean you just swipe it? I didn't know I had to pay the bank. How do I read this statement? I've never used a credit card before. Co-worker, it says payment due. No, but how do I pay? OMG, I'm so scared. Can I just give them 10k? Is that enough? Repeat for half an hour. Keep in mind our office is a pretty big well-known organization and her job involves verifying important information. Because she was also flirting with the guy, I wasn't sure if she was legitimately stupid or faking it because she thought it was endearing. Can I just give them 10k? Jesus, is she made of money? Where do you come up with that number? Are okay with it? As a Raps driver. Customer, what's in the package? Me, no idea, you ordered it. Brad Pitt's wife said. What's in the boondocks? Why are you watering down my coffee? Guy who ordered an iced Americano. My favorite is still a lady who asked me to make sure the ice was cold. At least she didn't ask for the ice on the bottom of the drink and not floating on top. And yes, that is a real request. I work at a hotel. A client walks in. If I book a room, does it include the bed? Like, no sir. We only provide you a chair so you can sit down and wait till checkout time. You think that's a dumb question? But I have been offered a hospitality suite when a hotel is oversold on multiple occasions from different major brands. And no, the hospitality suite does not include a bed. I went to dinner once at a Chinese restaurant in Missouri and a woman at the table next to ours yelled at the waiter, "Where is the other sauce? We are supposed to get sweet and sour sauce and we only got one sauce." Did the presence of hot and sour soup on the menu cause their heads to explode? No. The waiter just wiped it off. Ran a lawn mowing service. New customer asks about the process. Do you come to my house to mow it? No. We pick it up and haul it to our special mowing center, then bring it back. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Made my crappy week. Did they follow this up with, but I don't want you to know where I live. What you need is our premium secure service, where the worker is blindfolded and tossed out of a van onto your lawn. When he's done, we remove his tongue just in case he says too much identifying information. I'm a cashier at a grocery store, and one time I had a lady ask me if I could tell everyone else to let her go first. Like, she expected me to force everyone who had been patiently waiting in line to let her cut them. It wasn't like she only had 1 or 2 items either. Her cart was packed. I had a lady today ask me, the cashier, if I could run to the back of the store to get her something she forgot while I had a full line. And I told her no. And she rolled her eyes at me and gave me a dirty look. I guess it don't really relate all that well, but she would rather inconvenience everybody than take the time to get them herself. Inconvenience. Maybe she thought it was an inconvenience store? Worked on a Christmas tree farm over winter break in college. One time I had a lady ask me, "So, what are these trees made out of?" Literally thin air and water. Can't forget the water. Luckily the whole process is solar powered, so minimal environmental impact. A customer walks into our tiny bike shop, jammed packed full of bikes. Bikes are hanging in the window, off the ceiling, on the walls, all over the floor. There is not a square foot of space in the shop that is not occupied by a bike or various parts of one. This is the bike shop, right? Yes. Do you guys sell bikes or fix them? Both. If I brought my canoe in, could you fix it? Is canoe the name of your bike, or is it a boat? It's just a canoe for the lake. Do you guys fix them? What? No. We are a bike shop. Oh. Is Canoe the name of your bike? It's not often the internet makes me literally laugh. Completely ridiculous. What kind of name is Canoe? I call my bike George. Working at call center. Asking people to pay their old bills. Naturally some responded angrily. So this is what you do all day? You just call people who haven't paid their bills? Yes. So if I paid my bills it'd be out of the job. If everybody paid their bills. Then yes. Haha. Good. You just ducked up by telling me this. I'm going to pay my bills right away. When you're unemployed then see how you like getting calls about your bills. The futility of eradicating a job that relies on the existence of poor people by making me poor escape them. This is a conversation I had 2 months ago. I had been getting complaint after complaint all day and was fed up. What kind of company stops a customer service because they haven't paid their bill? Customer. All companies do me. That's ridiculous. Don't you want me as a customer? See? Yeah, but you have to pay your bills me. Well, I'm not paying it. See? Then your service remains off and we will call you and eventually pass it to debt collection after we completely shut off your service and have hit you with late charges me. That's fine. You aren't willing to help obviously. See? I'm willing to help, but the solution is paying your bill me. And this cycle went on for a good half an hour until they screamed at me and hung up. With us it was electricity. And we don't cut off someone's power unless they haven't paid in like 2 years. Even then there's all kinds of social schemes which pay most of their bill if they agree to pay just a little each month. People think I have a hand hovering over the switch though. They make stuff up. One person went on and on about a slice of wedding cake that was the only thing he had left of his marriage. And if I cut the power it would go stale in the refrigerator and he would lose hope of getting her back and kill himself. Another person went with, oh well, my grandfather is on life support. If you cut us off you'll kill him. Making me answer the phone costs electricity, so you're killing him faster. Now you know, so if you call again it'll be premeditated murder. Edit. People say weird things when they are desperate, even if there's no threat of losing their power. It's humiliating to be reminded you can't provide for your family. People resort to really bizarre lies. I have a theory that they make the lies unbelievable on purpose. So it's like they are talking about the failings of a fictional character and not themselves. I work at Jimmy John's. All Jimmy John's have a sign that says free smells. Had a lady come through the drive-thru one day while me and my manager are running it. She asks about the free smells after her order and my manager tells her okay, you can pull up. She gets to the window, gets her food, then proceeds to look through the bag. She eventually looks up all confused and asks where her free smells are. My manager jokingly says, oh yeah, come inside and you can smell all you want for free. She then says okay asshole and then speeds off. To this day I have no ducking clue what she though would be in that bag. Edit. To the people that keep saying she probably thought it was perfume. I understand people call perfume smells. But why would a fast food service be giving you perfume in any case? Edit 2. Since some people here don't get why all Jimmy John's have that sign. It's because every Jimmy John's bakes their bread fresh every morning and all throughout the day, so the whole store usually smells of fresh baked bread. On the menu at every McDonald's in Japan you can order a smile for y=0. I haven't heard of anyone ever actually ordering that, as mostly the workers are smiling anyway. But it's kinda funny. Edit. I guess I should say that I mean, when you walk up to the counter to make your order, you are greeted with a smile when they say welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? Or whatever. So I think anyone would feel pretty dumb have to ask someone to smile who is already smiling. I can't speak for the other employees in the back. I'm sure it's the same as any other fast food place in any country. You are just doing your own thing trying to get your job done. Every once in a while cracking jokes with your co-workers/etc. We can order free smiles at McDonald's in Canada as well. I assumed it corporate-wide policy and therefore international. P's McDonald's smiles have been shown to cause cancer in rats. I worked at REE a few years back, large outdoor sporting goods co-op. Just in case you haven't heard of it. And we sold bear spray, pepper spray for bears. A woman came in with her 2 kids one day and bought a canister because they were going camping. She gets to the front door. then comes back to the register as an afterthought and asks if she's supposed to just spray her kids from head to toe with it. Thank God she came back. Having been exposed to pepper spray once, training. I have to agree, those kids would have never forgiven her. A lady came into the store and asked us if we sold adult toys. This was Toys R Us. We don't sell those here. Well, Toys R Us does stock collectibles aimed at older markets, including the Transformers Masterpiece line and the stunningly overpriced Legacy Power Rangers stuff. Oh, wait. That's not, never mind. Legacy is only overpriced because they've got no direct competition. Similar to the Star Wars Black Series of adult toys. Working as a tech support manager for a dial-up ISP in the mid-1990s. A customer called to ask why his email wasn't working and made me stay on the phone with him while he walked through it to prove it. Lo and behold, it didn't work. He wasn't online. Why? He was talking to me on his one phone line. All the other times his email didn't work before, he had also been talking on the phone. Edit 2. Deleted edit 1. The 90s was a different time. More of a story for context, but still hilariously dumb. I was working at a car battery store when a customer came in with a receipt for a battery he had bought a couple weeks ago, asking for a refund. I asked him if he had the battery with him so that we could take the battery back and refund him the money. When he said, "No, I don't have it anymore. I put it in a car I just sold." Confused, I replied, "You want us to refund you for a battery that you don't have anymore?" He responds, just as confused, "Yeah, well, I don't have the battery anymore. So why should I have to pay for it? You need to refund me." He did not leave the store happy that day. Edit to the naysayers. From how he explained after that, it seemed like the idea in his head was that the guy who owned the battery now should have to pay for it because it had our 5-year service warranty, but that somehow we had to figure it out with that guy how to get our money back. I also work at a car battery store and once had a guy bring in a battery he purchased 3 years ago and asked for his money back because he never used it and it sat on his shelf in the garage for all this time, so it was just like brand new. Never ending, it sat for 3 years without being charged at any point. We had a 14-day return policy. He also did not leave happy. "Can you Photoshop some pictures for me, sir? This is a bookstore." "Yeah. But I see you have a computer right here." I work in a bookstore with books in the name of the store. And twice I have had people ask me, while surrounded by books, if they could buy books. Reminds me of Drake and Josh. "Do you sell guitars here?" "Here. At Guitar World." "Gee. I dunno. Can you aerate that for me?" He wanted me to stir his apple juice. Technically his word choice was applicable, I guess. But WTF. Dude, he had a straw ready in his hand and he could damn well have aerated that juice himself. I admit it took me 2 seconds of staring at his serious face before I reached for a straw, unwrapped it, and stirred his drink. I did it all without breaking eye contact with him, and he was satisfied. Also, I think about him now every time I stir or shake my chocolate milk to make it frothy. Edit. It took me a couple of seconds before I aerated his juice because I was trying to understand what he meant. But I figured it out on my own. I would have taken the straw and blown bubbles in it. Oh god, if they invent a time machine and you can only use it once. I'm sending you back to do this. I worked at Victoria's Secret and a customer came in to return her wedding lingerie. She said she only wore it once. There were markings in the panty area and an empty condom wrapper in the bag. Classy.